or you feel like they are in focus?
Oh, there's so many different levels. Yo, Dominicans are everywhere. We permeate, and there's a very biological reason for that. We love love. So there's that one aspect. We're permeating. So in a sense, we're kind of like in a spotlight, but not really like a spotlight. More like, there's these guys here in Japan. There's these guys here in France. Dominicans. Who? You're Dominican? What is that? You're from the Dominique, the island of Dominique. You know, it's like, so, yeah, that's one aspect of that focus that you're talking about, but I have a feeling that you're also implying a different kind.
To you? Yeah, right. How you want to interpret it.
It's individualistic in the basis levels, on the individual basis. If you live a selfish life, then you live in an island, and you might be out of focus because of that. You're not relevant. You're only relevant to something so typical, which is your selfishness. But another individual might take it upon themselves to express themselves, to put themselves outward as opposed to inward. And I feel that when that happens, then those people become unfocused, within focus, you know. And it doesn't matter what country. I don't like to put, you know, like a categorization on nations or geographies or hey, we're all our cultures are the same and we have beautiful colors, but there's a lot of beautiful cultures out there that have beautiful colors, you know. So it's an individual basis, I think.
So you have worked with nonfiction, your art. So you did art for nonfiction books. Has that been an interesting bridge? Because nonfiction is looked at as being very serious art, like nonfiction. Like people kind of put down fiction work, even though there's amazing writers, like I mentioned at the last features, or Neil Hurston, or you have beautiful pieces of work by Toni Morrison, amazing stuff by Alice Walker, all fiction pieces. But however, there is this like understanding of nonfiction. That's like the seriousness, you know, you write nonfiction, but you're adding your art to it. Have you found that an easy place to bridge?
I mean...
Or have you found any difficulties with that?
No, because, you know, usually when you first start training and drawing, and you basically draw what you see, you know, and you have something and you draw it. Some people, they begin with tracing it, and that's okay too, you know. You're in this world right here that's visual. Your eyes is the primary sense, you know. I mean, I like to think that the brain is the primary sense, but let's go with the basics. Yeah, the eye is gives you the most information, and you're always there. So to me, drawing, there's no stress in depicting reality. Photorealism is one thing, but you could depict reality without having to be photorealistic.
Explain that with reality, how that would look. Like,
I don't know. That's up to the artist. I'm just one of them.
So you're just painting so you're saying that you're painting your reality?
I'm painting what I feel, and this is what I was talking about when it comes to like the most perfect dialogue or form of communication. I, as the artist, I'm depicting with my line work what I think is in another person's brain, and allowing that, just like I think you know the words I'm saying when it's coming out of my mouth, but that's not assured. It's only assured when you start speaking to me and be like, oh, okay, we know English, you know? It's the same thing, but with the visual line work, you know? You're trying to communicate, you know? You're communicating reality, and that's not necessarily have to be literal. It could just be that artist's expression of why is that reality? Why are you putting those details in that particular fashion? Oh, because you know what? For that thing, whether it's concrete or whatever, or porcelain, I need to have that, you know? And I'm sure right now, if I say porcelain, you think strokes. Like, imagine you were drawing it in your mind's eye. And if I told you, now draw concrete in your mind's eye, the strokes are going to be different. That's it right there.
How do you choose? Thank you for sharing that for all of us to have a glimpse into your mind.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Do you have an idea and you're like, okay, this translates better in writing? or this like I'm taking a film class right now, so I'm learning visuals in a different way. So as a writer, like, you know, I'm writing and like I want people to feel a certain way, so I know there's certain words that invoke certain emotions,
Right.
and that's the word I'm gonna choose. How do you feel about? Oh, thanks. How do you feel about that in terms of visual stuff? You know,
See, that's the thing, though. Is we're going back to the first question.
this artist. Right?
Yeah, and you just did what I do, but with words.
Okay.
You know what's funny? Words is a drawing, man. Have we forgotten that?
No.
You know, like each character comes from a drawing back a couple of thousand years, you know? The crescent of the moon is the sea. The waves of water is the M. That's why everything that begins with an M has to do with the sea. Marina, mermaid, you know, Mario. The dude that used to be a sailor.
Okay,
You know,
well,
so like when you write, that's you're doing with your mind, with words, what I'm trying to do with things. So I have a feeling that it's simpler than you think, you know.
well, what's not simple is your amazing talent, and I'm gonna lend the stage to you now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Remember, without further ado.
Thank you. All right. All right. Okay, before I begin, this is my first feature, guys.
Pop that cherry! Pop that cherry! Pop, pop, pop!
Yo, Sam, Kathy, all you guys. Yes. Sel. I appreciate you guys for giving me the opportunity to express myself. It's not every time you gotta. Sorry? You know what?
Maestro, I'm gonna let you finish, but that was a pad, not a tampon.
Damn, I lost my track of thought.
I was saying this is your first dip.
Yeah, well, I just want to thank AREITO Live and all you guys.
Thank you.
We love you, Ram.
Now enjoy some. Thank you. Enjoy some surrealism, because that's what I'm gonna bring. Deteriorate your disciples.